Well, very glad you could join us on the Weather Network. It's always around this time on Fridays that we chat with our good friend Andrew Fazekas and find out what's going on in the cosmos, to be sure. Andrew, thank you for joining the program again today.
Well, good evening, Chris.
Now, I'm just reading something here. Now, I guess I should ask, was Galileo one of your heroes?
Sure was. You know, he was the one that opened up the whole idea of using a telescope to look at the cosmos up close. And that happened 400 years ago. Wow. This year. We're celebrating the 400th anniversary of Galileo looking through a telescope for the first time at the heavens. And that's why we have International Year of Astronomy that we're celebrating this year.
And that's amazing. So on this very, huge special weekend, what can astronomers expect to see, from novices right up to the pros?
Well, first off, because we're celebrating this year, International Year of Astronomy, this weekend is set aside for Galilean Night. So on my website, I'll have listing of events that people can go in their local area to see through telescopes. So that's something to check out. But if you're at home, even though if you have very cold conditions, but if you have clear skies, starting this weekend, in the early morning skies, you can look towards the eastern sky just before sunrise, and you'll notice a very bright star-like object low to the horizon in the east. That's planet Venus. It looks like a bright star, but in fact it's a planet 80 million kilometers away from us, and you can just see that with the naked eye. Now, right above that, you'll see a little bit of fainter star. That one is, in fact, planet Saturn, and that's 1.2 billion kilometers away, and you can see the sunlight reflecting off the cloud tops of this giant world that's 90 times larger than our own Earth. So this is just set up for the morning skies. And this will be featured for the next few weeks, even if you have cloudy conditions over the weekend. Over the next few weeks in the morning, that's what's on tap. Now, in the evening, at dusk, after sunset, you'll notice that there's a creamy-colored star. If you look towards the south, you can't miss it. It's the brightest star in that part of the sky in the evening. Now, what's very neat is that the moon on Monday and Tuesday night is going to really get really close to Jupiter. And on Monday, it'll be on the right-hand side of Jupiter, and then on Tuesday on the left. And so it'll be a beautiful sight. And the pair of these cosmic objects are sitting in the constellation Capricornus. So that's the goat. And that's that very famous, of course, horoscope sign, Capricorn. And that's where both are sitting over the next 2 nights, on Monday and Tuesday, in fact, early in the week. And so that's something you shouldn't miss out, because it's a beautiful sight. Now, if you have binoculars, take a look at Jupiter, train it on it, and you'll notice that there's a little train of lights next to it. Those are, in fact, the moons of Jupiter, and Galileo was the first person to see, with his primitive telescope, those little moons. And by the way, a modern pair of binoculars are the same, can give the same magnification as what Galileo saw. So you can see that just even from out of your bedroom window. You don't even have to go outside to take a look.
You know, Andrew, I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm impressed with you every week, but now I'm thoroughly impressed with Galileo, and I think I found my Halloween costume. I'm going as Galileo next Saturday.
Very appropriate.
That clears up a couple of issues. All right. Now, here's something interesting. Nearly 3 dozen planets found. I didn't realize there were that many even misplaced. Andrew, can you shed some light on that?
Yeah, tucked away in a corner of the cosmos. And this is really neat. And we're talking 32 extrasolar planets, meaning outside of our solar system. So some of these that they found are 5 times the mass of the Earth. Others are 5 times bigger than even Jupiter, that's in our solar system. But what's really cool is that really now we have about, get this, we have about the 400 planets outside of our solar system that we now know of. That's sitting out there. So the count has really gone up, and this is thanks to a giant telescope down in Chile that picked these off. And the count keeps going up, and of course the eternal thing is looking for that holy grail, which is the sister Earth, an Earth-sized planet with oceans and clouds on it. That's what we expect to find maybe in the next 5 to 10 years.
And I'm sure a number of evil twins, to be sure. All right, Andrew, as always, it's a pleasure talking with you. Thank you. And listen, have a great weekend.
Well, I wish everyone clear skies.
Oh, all right, thank you. And the good thing about that, what Andrew was talking about here, is that a lot of these things are not just for one night only, but for the next several nights. So if you don't have clear skies tonight, another time. For more information, you can visit Andrew's website, www.thenightskyguy.com. Loads of helpful information on the website. Stay tuned, your local